We all make mistakes, especially in theater, but we can't let them ruin our acting experience, or we just have to go along with it despite the fact we have a mistake. And we have these mistakes, going on. So just keep up the good work and don't let one mistake get. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. Please excuse me. Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat. But anyway, today in this video, I'm going to go over the top 10 mistakes that can happen during a production of a school play or a practice production of a school play. So these are mistakes that are pretty common when it comes to school plays. And just to let you guys know, everybody makes mistakes, even actors. So just to let you guys know, if you ever make a mistake in a school play, it's not the end of the world. These are pretty common things that happen. Even if you've only made one of the mistakes on your opening night of the play, it's okay. I mean, it is what it is, and you just learn from your mistakes. So I'm gonna get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So number one on my list would have to be microphones not working. So this can happen. Some people will pick up microphones and then they won't work and they can't get them to like turn on. They can't get them to do this. It's just really frustrating. And then the school has to get new headsets, and those things kind of cost money, and they have to try to find working headsets, but it happens. I mean, sometimes when you're especially when you're practicing a production, you kind of have to go along with it because you don't have a lot of time to change your headset or get a new headset just in case there's not enough headsets. So I do have a story that I just recently made about my production of Grease, of practice production of Grease, of how one of the lead girls in the play had her microphone not working and nobody could hear her. If you want to see the full story, I'll link it down below if you didn't see. Number two on my list would have to be people forgetting their lines. So this definitely does happen, especially opening night. Some people get nervous, they'll forget their lines. I mean, even if they practice a lot, sometimes people have a tendency to just completely forget their lines because they get so nervous, or they just forget their lines because either they haven't practiced. Because sometimes stage fright causes those problems, or sometimes if you don't practice, that's a problem that can happen too. So always practice your lines before the opening night of the school play. Number three on my list would have to be actors calling out at the last minute and trying to find a last minute understudy. So basically, you should always have an understudy prepared. I mean, I know usually teachers always have understudies prepared just in case anybody is calling out sick and stuff like that. So if you're made to be an understudy for somebody just in case they get sick or something happens, you should always practice your lines ahead of time before the opening night of the play, just in case the original actor calls out or something. Number four on my list would have to be lights not working. Sometimes that's what happens, is sometimes there are technical difficulties, like the lights aren't coming on or something, or a light blows out and then they have to fix the light. It just like happens every so often. So if the lights aren't working, you should always make sure that you test them first before the opening night of the play. I am so sorry. I've been doing this a lot lately. I've been forgetting my clips. And so I just realized I forgot footage for number 5 on the list. Oops. So here we go. So this is number 5. So number 5 on my list would have to be people messing up instrumental notes. This happens just in case they're not paying attention, or it happens when they're going too fast, or it happens when they're reading notes. It just happens, especially during practice production. Number 6 on my list would have to be the wrong set being used. So this is what happens during school plays, is sometimes people don't have the correct set on, and it does happen. Some people will forget to move the set back and get the right set, and it just really happens sometimes because people will be so into the play that they'll probably forget. Number 7 on my list would have to be people having a hard time reaching high notes. This happens. I mean, I've had a hard time one time reaching a high note, but I wasn't in a school play. I was doing choir, and it is pretty common mistake. I mean, not everybody can sing up to high notes. Like if you're a soprano, you can sing lower, but if you're an alto, which means you can sing higher and reach really high notes, altos can definitely reach high notes, but not everybody can reach as high as notes as they think they can. Number 8 on my list have to be dance routines being messed up. Sometimes this is a pretty common mistake that happens because people can forget what they're supposed to do when they're dancing. People don't know their roles when they're dancing. I mean, it is a pretty common mistake that happens. Number 9 on my list had to be people forgetting songs. So this is another mistake that can happen, is if you don't practice singing your songs, you can forget the lyrics, and if you don't practice and then you have to sing opening night and you forget your lyrics, what good does it do? So always practice your songs ahead of time. So that's why they always say practice makes perfect. Keep that in mind. Number 10 on my list would have to be people forgetting their cues, or whether they're acting or doing music. So this is another mistake that happens. Not everybody remembers when they're supposed to do certain notes for music, or some people can't remember when they're supposed to sing, or some people can't remember when they're supposed to get on stage. So this is another mistake that may happen. Like, I remember I was in a play in the 4th grade called Coyote's Night, and I almost forgot like what I was supposed to be doing during my cue. And I kind of got nervous, and I could never remember like where I was supposed to go, like which way I was supposed to go getting onto the stage for the play. And I constantly would forget that stuff, and it is a pretty common mistake that happens. So always remember your cues, whether you're acting or you're getting on stage for acting. So those are the top 10 common mistakes that can happen during a school play. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon.